Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 295. It is Wednesday here in Cincinnati. It's gray, rainy, chilly. It is definitely one of those fall days where it feels good to be inside, looking out the window at the kind of messy weather that we have out there. Today also feels like one of those podcast episodes where I can sense the feeling of something, and I'm going to do my best to translate it into words that make sense in our English language, which is so limited as far as translation. So I might meander a little bit to try to feel my way, so I invite you to drop fully in with me and let's just see where this takes us. So the title for today is Truth-Telling. Truth, T-R-U-T-H, truth-telling. And I was reminded of episode 73 ages ago that was called Truth Resonates. If you have not listened to that one before, it might be a good one to go back to at this time of Scorpio energy, which is calling forward truth. Like all levels of truth. The surface level that is our polite conversation with people where we tell them we're fine even though we're not. And then the little bit deeper level where we say we're kind of okay, but maybe we're really not. And then that deeper level where we just tell people we're in our shit and we don't know what we're doing and how are we going to make it through. And that's the energy of what I feel moving right now for so many people. And so putting words to truth is more of a feeling than it is a word or words, because words can trip us up and we say words and it's not quite the right word, or someone else interprets the word the other way and then they go down another rabbit hole, and then all of a sudden we're in like more chaos than we were before. If we could just translate and trust the feeling, it would be so much simpler, I believe. And so episode number 73 really describes like how do we feel truth in our body? What is the energy of it? And I read a little excerpt from my first book which talks about, truth resonates. You can feel when someone is speaking their truth. There's no denying it in your own body. And so we can discern when someone is lying to us. Our body will tell us if they are lying to us. So I bring this up for lots of reasons, mainly because what is happening collectively is the veil is moving very quickly to the side, and those shadowy places we haven't wanted to look at, those scary topics we haven't wanted to talk about are coming up so that we can discern for ourselves what is true for us, and do the belief systems we hold align and play with the belief systems of those that we're in relationship with? Are we steady in our truth matching, and all of us being on the same sort of trajectory forward? Years ago, I read this book, maybe a couple years ago, I read this book by a woman. I hope I have her name right because I don't have the book here with me anymore. I think it's Elizabeth Kubler something, but it's about death and dying, and she did a lot of research and counseling, years and years of counseling with people about the process of dying. And she shared in her research that when someone knows that they are dying, when they know they're about to transition back to being a soul, whatever your belief system is around that, they know that. Some aspect of them in the human form knows that that is about to happen. And so they will communicate with the people around them what it is that they need at that time. And it's the humans around them that seem to struggle with hearing that level of truth. Really, to me, the deepest truth is that of someone who's about to transition, because they are so clear. Like they know what is important to talk about. They know what they need to say. They know what they would like to hear, and that's their priority. They don't have time for the BS and the superficial levels of truth. Like, they want to get to the deeper levels and stay there, because they realize time is finite. And when time is finite, you want to maximize the amount of time you have. So the book was so helpful for me to be able to feel at the level with which this woman has held space, how powerful truth is when someone is ready to transition. That they just go right to the heart of what it is they want to say and clear and move, and it's a gift to the people around them to be in that space of truth, to go right to the heart of whatever the conversation is, and to receive that clarity and that wisdom and that love and that trust. So it feels important to bring that example of truth-telling forward at this time, because one of my great frustrations, John Edwards is a medium, and this is one of his great frustrations also, is why do people wait until after someone has died and then tell them all the things that they wanted to say? Then they go pay for a medium and psychics, and they ask for that support when the person is no longer there in the physical with them. Why not just say it all now? Why not get to that level of truth now while the person is right here with us, and be able to say the things that we want to say? Go to those deeper levels of truth. And oh my gosh, what if we create a world where everybody operates at that level of truth telling? Can you imagine the compassion that we would feel as a humanity? The depth of love that we would have for each other when we knew there was no time for game playing. That wasn't why we were here. The creations that could come from people who are communicating heart to heart about what they're most passionate about. Whoa, like, that's something incredible to contemplate. So here we are. There is an opportunity when we sit in this specific vibration of Scorpio that we are in right now, right after this new moon, when we sit in this space with all of the magical lyrics that I've been reading over the last couple of episodes. We have an opportunity to clear some of the debris that has been in our space, us individually, and then in the relationships around us. Not everybody's ready or available to clear, perhaps, like we are, but if we don't start doing it first, when's it ever going to start? Who's going to say the first thing that opens up the deeper conversation? And why are we waiting for other people to open it up when we can feel in our bodies when things are not in alignment? We don't know as a humanity how long we have on this planet. We hope a long time. I hope many, many, many generations more can live and thrive in this place. But we don't know that. We don't know how many years we have as these human bodies we are right now. I'm 48. I could live to double my age, or I could be done in a year. We don't know. I could be done tomorrow. We have no idea how much time we have available. And so why don't we live from the vibration of maximizing the time that we have? How do we do that? Speak truth. Quit wasting time on things that don't align with our truth, that bring us out of integrity with ourselves. Don't waste the time on that. So there is so much energy moving through me right now. I feel like I'm trying to translate it, and it's so intense that I don't quite have the words. There is a sense of urgency, of stop playing the games, stop wasting the time. There is too much that needs to be repaired and loved into goodness on this planet. There are too many humans that are still suffering, that need examples of light and love to bring them out of the suffering. And until we rise and do that ourselves individually, the collective isn't going to shift in the ways that we're hoping it will. Speak truth, tell truth in the microscopic way you can. Every word that comes out of your mouth, set the intention. I am only going to say that word if I mean that word. If that is my truth in the moment, I will speak that word. And if I don't, I'm going to shut my mouth and not say any other words until I know what the word is that wants to come out as truth. That's the power of what is available to us right now on this planet. There is such a rush of energy urging us to step into our greatness, to step out of our stories, to walk through the valley of the shadow and shed that old shit. Let it go. Drop it behind us. And as we do that, as we become precise in the truth-telling, hesitating if we don't have the right word until we know it is the right word. And when we speak it, it has power. Every single word is powerful. You want an example? Look at Greta Thunberg. Read every word she writes on her post, and you will feel if it's not a word of truth, it does not come out of her mouth, and it does not get posted on social media. Not one single word is out of integrity. We can live that way. And when we do, as we do, everyone around us feels that shift within us, that absolute movement of the barometer to truth. They know. They feel it and they know. And what happens is the games stop being played. We don't have to dig in the dirt to figure out who's lying or who isn't lying. We just hold this absolute steadiness and we look the other in the eye and we say, is this your truth? And we know in our own bodies if they are lying to us or not. And if we can keep our hearts open as we do that, we can meet everyone around us in the space of such strength, courage, and clarity, and love and compassion. When someone is ready to transition and they have the courage to share their wishes, to speak their truth, to offer the words that they most want to say to the other person. What a blessing for the person who stays here when the other one transitions. Because there's no doubt that what was said was truth. And what was said was love. And having no regrets when we run out of time, when time is maximized. And we know that there are no more human conversations. What a gift to know that what the last words were, the last vibration shared was that of truth and of love. Like, oh, what a blessing, what a gift to the person who stays behind. So it's time to tell truth, more and deeper levels of that truth. And yeah, that takes courage, and it's a whole bunch of energy. And holding that much energy, allowing that much energy to move through our human bodies, it takes focus, it takes strength, it takes a commitment that even when it feels shaky or intense or rough, we're going to stand in our truth anyway. And we're going to keep our hearts open anyway. And that, that is the message for today. It's a vibration, a feeling that we hold. It goes beyond words. And it's what is going to change humanity on this planet. It's what's going to change our experience of this planet. It's what's going to bring love forward in ways that we've dreamed about and never actually experienced. So, I encourage you, tell truth. Be more powerful in your truth-telling. Be kind in your truth-telling, and don't settle for anything less than what you know is the deepest truth. Thank you for tuning in to this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me on Sunday mornings for an hour of meditation, visualization, and energy healing, where we realign our mind, body, spirit with Gaia and Source. You can learn more at mysouljourney.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.